past, but unfortunately, the average church today is looking for a pastor who is an organizer and a promoter, a sort of vice president to run the church, a manager of some sort. That is unfortunate. As a result, the church is suffering today. And the deacon position has become an honorary position. You know, and we the preacher would not be worked to death if the churches had small groups, or that the small groups ministered unto the people. When somebody's in the hospital, a pastor with a church can only handle probably about 100 people, 125 people, being able to go and visit them in the hospital, preach funerals, and do weddings. Now, I can understand him preaching funerals and weddings, but there's no reason that that is the job of should be a job of somebody else in the church. That's, like I said, the importance of small groups is they take care of you whenever that you are going through a death, or whenever that you're in the hospital, and that sort of thing. It wears the pastor out having to do all this visitation. It's nonstop, costs a lot of money, and is beyond their capability to do everything. Plus, to the managerial position of the church, the pastor shouldn't be the manager of the church, shouldn't be an administrator, have administrative duties, making decisions as far as the business of the church. That should be handled by someone else as well. But I was trained, by Charlie Dean, that you were a servant. You clean the bathrooms, you do this, whatever is required, you do that. You're a humble servant. But he was smart enough, whenever they took the position, to say, I'm not going to keep office hours. If you expect me to visit people in the hospital and to do the job of the pastor, then you can't expect me to sit in my office 8 hours a day. And so that's he's smart enough with that. But he should have, instead of, he had a deacon that was a busybody, obviously. The deacons should have been put to work. That's the problem, is, when idle hands are the devil's playhouse. Put the deacons to work. Make them go visit people that are sick in the hospital. Let them do the things that are required around the church that need to be done, or they don't need to be a deacon. Plain and simple. When I was a pastor, that is J. Vernon McGee, in downtown Los Angeles, I've been to Los Angeles, never been to downtown Los Angeles, more on the Malibu and side. But anyway, I had to move my study to my home. I built a special room over the garage for my study. I found out that all I had in the church was an office, not a study. They didn't intend for me to study there. They didn't want me to study there. I was impressed whenever I heard about Stone, the preacher, evangelist Stone, like Perry Stone. Apparently he came to church on the Rock, and Mark wanted him to go four-wheeling. He said, I don't have time to go four-wheeling. He apparently spends 8 to 10 hours a day in the Word. And that's what the preacher should be doing. His only job should be reading the Word and preparing sermons to preach. If you ask the pastor to do anything else, then the church is overbearing and overloading the pastor. That is enough said. So that ends